start, I guess. I don't know, I just always kind of just dabbled in making clothes and different apparel, different like accessories and things, and just kind of took off from there. I kind of started when I was like 15 doing more like band shirts. I was screen printing a lot, and then, I don't know, just kind of, it's been a work in progress for years, I guess, and only like maybe in the last year or two I've kind of actually started to really try to brand myself. A lot of the stuff I make, I try to use almost all like recycled or like upcycled materials. So I tend to do a lot of, excuse me, I tend to do a lot of like men's apparel, but I'm trying to do some more women's apparel too. So yeah, it tends to be a lot of like button-ups and t-shirts still, but just using some found fabrics that I like a lot of curtains and bed sheets and really odd kind of like stuff that you wouldn't usually use to make clothes out of. And the same with like some of the jewelry I've been using. Just it's like old brass pieces that I've just collected from like vintage stores or antique places that are just like kind of scraps that nobody really knows what to do with, and I've kind of just take them and rework them and kind of made some pendants and different stuff. One I started to do these. They're out of old. This is an old TV tube, I guess. So from like I found a smashed TV on the side of the road, and the scavenger in me, I just thought, I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And so I was just looking. I wasn't even thinking about making something. I just thought it looked cool. Just a wallet, I guess. This was the quickest from design to making thing I've ever done in my life. Basically, I did them specifically for this pop-up shop that I did in December at the OC. But basically, I was putting stuff in, and they just pretty much were like, "Do you make wallets?" And I was like, "No, but I guess I could." And so then they're just like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I just threw this wallet together, and then the next day they were in the store. This is a backpack made. This one isn't, I don't know, I found this weird fabric. It's kind of like a burlap sack. I thought it kind of just like, it had like nice texture and stuff, and then I felt it, and it was actually pretty soft. I thought it was gonna feel awful. It was actually just kind of nice and soft. So I'm just, you know, yeah, just nice simple thing. And then the leather, I usually just collect from, a lot of fabric stores have bins of like, that sell leather. They like usually will have bins of like scrap leather that they've cut off from like big pieces and stuff, and they usually just sit there until like either people buy them or they just kind of like throw them out and stuff. So I usually try to use exclusively just from the bins. I don't try to buy the hides or anything, just because same thing. I don't like feel like I could use this waste, right, and stuff. It's like it's a little hard sometimes because you don't wanna. Sometimes you don't find exactly what you want, but I don't know. I think it's still the best bet. I can deal with it. I'll find something to work with something. Especially I'm trying to really now, especially it's hard when you don't have a lot of money, but I'm trying really hard just to buy like local stuff, like or vintage, like either from thrift stores or yeah, like from like local designers, because man, I'm like sick of giving my money to a man. So, you know, like I figured like the best bet I could do is just use stuff that's gonna be thrown away or gonna be used for waste. So it's like there's still like so much stuff that like, you could use, right? So, exactly, repurposing is the best bet. I mean, like, we already live in a world where, like, you know, we just waste so much, so, yeah.